Canada's relationship with the United States is fundamental to our success as a country. You can't get around it. They are our largest trading partner by far. The level of integration between our two economies has been tremendously beneficial for Canada and has also been beneficial for the United States. It's really important that we keep a constructive working relationship with the United States, regardless of who's in charge down there. And
there was the Prime Minister offering reassurances about Canada-U.S. relations at his latest town hall. And about the time he was speaking yesterday in Hamilton, the Canadian dollar was taking a real hit on news of the possible U.S. split from NAFTA. So as we begin in Scott to start our coverage on the story, why don't we begin by following the money, and how is the dollar doing today?
Yeah, it's still bouncing around at that low level that you itemized there, hitting its low at 1 o'clock yesterday afternoon, but still in that range. We're looking at it right now at about 79.64 in current trading, because that does trade, excuse me, overnight as well. And so this is a vote by currency traders saying that there's lots of worry out there, that they worry about lots of things, not just trade, but the Bank of Canada and also the economy. And the big question they have here is, if we do lose our biggest trading partner, and let's face it, 3/4 of everything we produce goes down south of the border, what would that mean to the rest of the country, our economy, our jobs, our debt levels, even our house prices? And so this is a vote by economists and currency traders in particular that they're not optimistic about this NAFTA deal getting done.
So beyond market reaction, now you've raised some of the issues there, but what would happen if Trump does keep his promise, keep his threat, and take the U.S. out of NAFTA?
And this is where economists are really trying to figure that out, because there's a lot of variables here. But one, if there was notice given, and it could come as soon as the 23rd when the 6th round of NAFTA negotiations start later this month, that means a 6-month term before anybody pulls out, because that's part of NAFTA negotiations. Here's a couple of experts, starting with Laura Dawson. She's the director of the Canadian Institute in Washington. This is what she had to say.
I think that at a certain point, Donald Trump will probably launch an intent to withdraw. But the difference between intent to withdraw and fully realizing that objective are very, very, very different. So I think what Canada is going to do is stay at the negotiating table as long as possible.
The U.S. could remain in a state where it's provided notice but doesn't actually withdraw for an extended period of time. And that would mirror the Trump administration's approach to negotiations on a number of different issues.
So that was Brent House. He's an economist at Scotiabank, saying that, in effect, NAFTA would become like a zombie NAFTA, that it would stay in place, but it wouldn't have any teeth and would kind of just linger around for a bit. But clearly, lots of interest and lots of worry as well when the 6th round of NAFTA negotiations start as soon as the 23rd of this month, Heather.